Welcome to another edition of Date with DANU right here on Hi TV, your luxury channel. Today we are going to be speaking to two very exciting, interesting ladies. They have done and achieved so many great things in life. Today we are going to be speaking about more than their achievements. Let's get on with the show.
Hi, I'm Nayana here, and with Geraldine, we are here to go on a date with DANU.
Hi, I'm Geraldine as Nayana introduced me. I am here also to go for a date with DANU. Where is he anyway?
DANU is missing, as usual. Happy to go on a date with DANU. He's a hilarious guy. He's a fun guy. I've known him for many years, and I've seen him almost grow in stature as well as size. And so he's looking forward to meeting him and looking forward to having a good time with him.
I agree with all that Nayana says, but also he can be a pain at times.
Welcome to the show, and I'm very happy to have Geraldine seated right next to me. And I'm also happy to have Nayana, who have kept her a bit far away from me just for safety. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
So Geraldine, you have done some amazing work. Recently I got a chance to see one of your pictures when you used to model. I never got a chance to see it at that time. Whew. What a hottie were you. Some of the guys here also were like trying to take a look at it 3 times. They're like, So tell me, Geraldine, at the time when you started modeling and then you started your own school, how was the industry? I just feel like although there weren't many designers, there were so many shows.
Actually, DANU, the time that we started, the time I started, we used to have a lot of fun. There was a lot of unity amongst the models, professionalism, and we enjoyed what we did. For us, maybe it must have been like a hobby, not like a job. So that's the main thing that kept us going. And it was really good. I've had it all, and I know that I will not change it for the world.
That's amazing. Well, we all know Nayana. She's beyond somebody who runs salons. She has gone into so many different avenues in empowering people, in creating opportunities, and also believing in fighting for a lot of causes that are very close to her heart. Thank you for being here, Nayana. Tell me, your path was, of course, in hair and beauty, but you have sort of branched out of that in creating a platform for many others to speak about equality and things like that. Why did you sort of make that your mission the last, I think, 10, 15 years?
I didn't do it purposely. I think with hairdressing came teaching, training. When I joined Dialog Ch as the beautician, I thought it was a job of a beautician, but it was actually a trainer's job. And I discovered that I was good at it, number one. But the second most important thing I discovered was that people didn't need training on hair and makeup. They needed training on attitude. Especially the flying staff and the ground staff, they had to have the attitude, proper attitude, to the commitment to their sari, to their makeup, to their job. So it was teaching them that, and health and hygiene was more important than teaching them how to do their makeup and their hair. So that was actually the beginning, and I now find that the entire country needs it very badly. So, well, to me, it's really actually this is really the repercussion of war. People, children are not guided on life.
But health and hygiene can not be the reason behind war, because I also came from it. But I kind of know how to have a wash.
Some of them have lifestyle
definitely
habits, but other than that, more than health and hygiene, attitude, DANU has a lot to do with people. The young people are not taught to look within themselves and understand and realize the potential they have. They have.
But how do you keep somebody motivated? That is the hardest part. I think today people tend to be demotivated faster than motivating themselves, because there's so many things to see online, and they always see the world is better for another person, whereas it's just a filter or a good picture or photoshopped in some way or the other. How do you sort of give them the reality check of, listen, this is your world beyond the picture?
I think again, though people don't realize it, health has a lot to do with that. because when you are not healthy, that matters, you know, mental health. But to be positive, see, we as a nation, we have been taught to count the minuses. We don't have that, we don't have that, and we are to a great extent made into beggars, you know. From day one, we are used to getting free things. So people have to understand the positives we have. Even as a country, see, we have the sunshine, we have the ability to grow things. People don't look at it that way. So with that, to think positive and to think what you have more than what you don't have, I think that's the best way to be positive.
Geraldine, you have graced and walked many stages, but tell me, in your life today, when you sit back and see all of these, what is the biggest joy that you have had?
That I enjoyed every bit of it. I had fun, and there was no animosity amongst the people we worked with. We worked united, and I mean, today I think it has changed quite a bit, because there is a lot of rifts between the industry and I don't know. But for me, everything was fine. We enjoyed it. And the main thing is, when you have the confidence and you have the right attitude, everything works for you.
Geraldine had a rough patch in the last few years.
Yes, I did.
We're going to be speaking about it in a bit, but right now we're getting into a break. We'll see you on the other side. Do stick around. This is Date with DANU. Welcome back. And Geraldine, tell me, how was it fighting the demon that you're all speaking about these days, cancer?
Well, it took quite a toll. You had to have faith in God. You had to have faith in something, and God was the only thing that I had my faith in. But at the same time, I had a lot of support from my family. I had a lot of support from the WOW family, which I know is talked about a lot. But without them, I don't think I would have been able to go through this. And I thank them for that. And also, it is the confidence. My boss, I cannot forget him, Mr. Veeraratna. He has been behind me, pushing me. He gave me all the encouragement. And I have been one of those lucky ones. And at the end of it, I mean, we are human. You get into depression, you get into a lot of, unhappiness, but you have to be strong to pull through it, because without it, you'll never be able to survive.
Are you fully in the clear now?
Yes, I am.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
It's a tough fight. You know, I personally feel that cancer has a solution. It's just that people don't put it out. And that's the opinion I have been on for a long time. My mom, I lost mommy to cancer as well. So cancer is something that is not anymore another person's business. It's everyone's business today. The funniest part is, if you can find a solution to HIV that can keep somebody living long, happy, and a very balanced life, why can't we do that to cancer? And it's a question that I fight with. This time that you were facing it, your body goes through so much of trauma. But more than that, is it in the mental trauma that really?
Yes, it is. Yeah, and that's what I meant. When you have family, your immediate family, friends, and people around you who give you such a lot of support, love, comfort, you can get through it. And I mean, it's not only cancer. It may be cancer for me, it might be something as another disease to somebody else. We don't know what it is. And we always grow up thinking that we are superhuman, and we don't think of our future. And that's where we go wrong. You know, we need to tend to look after our bodies and eat healthy and do things that is good for you. But in all, I've survived, and I'm happy to be in a place that I am in now. It might come tomorrow, it might come in another 10 years, but I'm happy. I mean, it's
And you're
over.
here today to speak about it. And
Yeah, and also with my new look.
yeah, there you go. Rocking it. So, Nayana, we always say mind over matter. I always believe in that, you know. I always believe you can have like a hip pain, but if you think that you don't have it, you can still get up and like do what you were going to do. Pushing people to the elements is something that you are very good at, no? You sometimes push them so hard, they've fallen off the cliff as well. But...
Thank you for being so nice to me, especially on air. Thank you.
But how is it at home for you? Your kids, your sons, how are you with them? How are you with your husband?
I don't know, you have to ask them.
No, I'm just asking, like, are you this at home?
I'm normal. I don't think.
No, you are a very focused person, and
I'm
that's
very
amazing.
focused and I'm very disciplined,
Yeah.
Or rather organized. Yeah, so I suppose if you ask my husband or my son, they might say, "Oh my God, can't live with her." But at the same time, secretly, I'm sure they appreciate and understand what I have done, what I do, and I'm sure they value me. I'm sure of that. My older son, some time ago. Where, you know, typical young men, we had an issue with him, and I had to take very stern steps over him. I said, listen, pack your bags and go back to Australia and start anew. So I don't think it was a very easy thing for me to do. It was very, very hard. He didn't talk to me for 6 months.
Oh.
So I had to talk to his friends and
come to
everybody
know how he
else, and
was.
yeah. So, and 5 years later, now he's doing very well. And the other day I was talking about, you know what happened? No, ma, no. I think that was, I take it as a positive, because thank God, thank you for what you did, but it was also a life's experience for me. So
Yeah.
I don't think I'm that bad.
No, because the reason I asked you is today, with this modern way of thinking, we have come to a point like, you know, let's kids figure it out. And sometimes you need a very invading parent to sort of tell you, listen, this is what life is all about.
Danu, I did a program 2 days ago to a group of a company, which I was a little worried to go also, because I thought they were very modern, a modern company. But I was very shocked to see they were as ordinary as I would expect with any other group. My understanding of the situation is that the modern world is very good and the modern generation is also very good. There's nothing wrong. Every generation blames the
earlier generation.
The
Coming
next one.
generation,
Oh, we were like this and they are going to be useless, the world is going to crash.
Yeah.
It is not so, because they have their own issues and fears also. As a simple example, if you look at the internet, which is a fantastic thing to use, but it's so difficult to sort it out and use it in a proper manner. You know, there are so many negatives in that as well. So it's the same issue, because to me, when the world turns modern, you have to be modern. But for this world to have sustained for many centuries, I think the core values will not change. So if you can have the balance of the core values and enjoy the modern aspect of the world, I think you are successful.
Life is sorted.
Sorted.
Amazing. We're going to get into a segment called Hot Seat. When we do come back, it's time to play one of those games. All right, I'm going to start with Nayana because she's stronger in answering these. Would like to say a big thank you to our friends from Crystal Luxury Wellness. I really don't know what is happening in this mouth of mine. My words are just like all over the place. Sorry about that. Here we go. Rank your favorite makeup artist in Colombo. Just how you like it, all right? Your options are Viran, Leena, Nadia Fernando, Prabhat.
Prabhat is my staff, my student, so definitely Prabhat, because I taught him. 10 years with me, from scratch I taught him, so it will be him.
Out of all the divas who walked the ramp back in the glory days of fashion, who has been your favorite? Your options: Rosa Serenayaka, Nusha Rathapattu, Charlene, Sheba, and Geraldine.
Definitely Geraldine, because she gave me the start, and actually DANU, she was a super typical Coca-Cola figure,
Yeah.
which we had never seen. And you know, I must tell you this, when I was a very young girl, and I remember Richard D'Souza was the compeer, so when I was asked to do the hair, so she was consulted. You know what she said? We'll try her and see. Let's give her a chance.
My
So,
God.
yeah, so that's how that's a diva she was. So
Yeah.
she was definitely, and she has guided.
Did she approve?
She, of course, she approved, and she stood by me right throughout. And also, I must tell, when I went for my first competition in Bangkok, I took her as my model. She was not a model; she was everything to me. You know, I was excited, stage fear, so it was
Calmed you down.
calmed
Yeah.
down, everything. So she is.
Amazing. If you had the power to pick the next president of the country, who would you pick from the following? Harsha De Silva, Iran, Harin Fernando, Kanchana.
None of them. Sorry.
If not for Nayana, whose salon would you recommend for the best hair care? Chagall, La Passion, Kess.
Chagall.
What do you think the following people will have in their bedrooms? Mahinda Rajapaksa.
I think he will have some skin care products.
Really?
Yeah, I think. I'm like skin and hair care, because it's perfectly done all the time.
Senaka De Silva.
Some paint brushes and pencils, handlooms,
Geeta Kumarasinghe.
makeup again, yes, and some nice clothes, and a mirror to pose.
Arjun Ranatunga. He definitely can't have a cricket bat, no?
I can't tell you what he would have.
All right, well done. I must say well done. Geraldine, to you now. Out of the many models you have created, who is your all-time favorite?
Nadika Pereira.
According to you, who do you think is Colombo's real diva? Rosa Senanaika, Yolande Alvihare, Uttara Ramani Fernando.
Yolande, of course.
If you were to wake up one morning and you found out that you have a big mole on your face, would you embrace it or would you get rid of it?
Get rid of it.
As you were always featured on Kolu's show, who would you say looks their best in drag? Kolu, Lo Ching Wong, Jerome De Silva.
Lo Ching Wong.
If you were to be a sugar mama for someone, one thing you would do for them and one thing that you will not do for them.
I don't think I'll ever be a sugar mama for anybody.
And in case, hypothetically,
I won't do anything.
then you can't be the sugar mama.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, what to do. Anyway, I must say, to be fair, I'm going to give this to Nayana.
Good.
Congratulations, you were snappy. Let's get into a break. I'm going to come back and tell you the times that I actually met them for the first time. Do stick around. This is David Brown. Welcome back to the show, in conversation with Geraldine and Nayana. Now, I'm going to tell you, when I first met Geraldine, I actually went to her house with my mother down Duplication Road.
Really? Yeah.
I came for modeling classes.
Really? Oh,
I
you
remember
didn't tell me.
that. I remember that.
So I had lost this holy amount of weight and I was really thin, and somebody said, maybe you should get into modeling. I was like, Of course, like a true Jaffna boy, I was like, Mommy, can we please go and see this teacher who is going to...
Shall I pipe in now?
Huh?
Shall I pipe in now and say what happened to you?
Oh, no.
Okay? I remember I felt sorry.
Oh,
And I said, yes, of course you can come, But I think you had some misfortune and you had lost your purse, your belongings.
Yes, that is the day I was supposed to come for the class.
That's right.
Correct.
And never came after.
Yes, I didn't. Because after I met her, I got really scared. I didn't lose the wallet. I just lied. So I was so scared when I went to meet her. She was very stern, but she put the point across. She was like, yes, yes. But I still remember you said, you'll have to lose a little bit more though, especially from your lower body. So what can I do about the bum being just so visible? Then my real, like, you know, going for one of those tuition classes is how I went, like thinking, should get all of this and come back. That's the first time I met you. Okay. And I remember how your classes used to be. Like, fixing a time with Geraldine was definitely, you are on the ramp for sure after that. If she takes you into the class, that means you'll get on a show. Not like today where anyone can get on the ramp. Nayana, I met her many different occasions, but she's always been the one who pointed out the things that I should be doing in life. I still remember once we were at this 5-day conference and I was really young and I couldn't be bothered. We were just so tired always. And I wore these green luminous slippers throughout the conference. She called me to a corner and said, remove that bloody slipper now. Why? I said, I'm so tired. We have to walk. The places that we were lodging in were like at least 30 minutes away or 25 minutes away by walking, I think. It was so far. And I was like, why? She was like, you don't get on stage like that and make a name for yourself. Remove those shoes. Wear shoes and come. Next day I wore shoes. Because I got told off by Nayana. But yeah, but I must say I'll never forget when my mum passed. Nayana was one of the first sort of people who walked in to the parlor, and she put 10,000 rupees into my pocket. This is 13 years ago, and she said, I don't know whether this is enough. I don't know whether you will not be offended, but I just want to give this because I know that you might need it. I'll never forget that. You rolled it up and you poked it into my pocket. So I never forget these kind of things, because these are all things that sort of help us and let us become who we are. But of course, in life we tend to see a lot of things and learn a lot of things, and you all would have seen all of it. Tell me about your element of faith. Was it something that you always had, or is it something that you found later on in time? Because we are all born into a system or a religion or whatever, but the element of faith is something that's very personal to someone. It's what you find and you connect with. How did you find that connection?
I generally don't like to discuss religion, but I will tell you how my faith was. See, as we are kids, our parents instinct into us, you have to go for Sunday Mass, you have to go for Good Friday Mass and all these things.
Yeah.
And we are pushed and we go because we are compelled to do it. But after I went in for one of the sessions with WOW, I never turned back. And I owe that, my thanks go to Naomi and Trevor Rajaratnam, who said, you know, I'm sure you'll enjoy it and you should come. And I went for one of their sessions and I never turned back. And I think God was preparing me for the things to come. And they gave me the, you know, that foundation that I will be able to handle whatever situation I'm in after my going there. And I'm grateful for that. So my faith built up from that stage onwards.
And during your time of diagnosis, how were you? Like, how did that sort of shape your life? Asking this for the people who actually have those kind of the doomsday of their lives. When you hear it, it's not about handling it, but it's that information that really puzzles you.
Yeah. No, so there again, it was my faith. As I said, you know, we are human, DANU. And at some stage you keep questioning and says, you know, why has it happened to me? But I never once questioned God. I knew it had come because there was something that I had to learn from it. It was difficult. And there were times that were also difficult, depression coming in. But my church saw me through. The pastor, his wife, his sister, I mean my whole family group, even Trevor, Naomi, my family, my children, they were all there behind me to give me the support. And I've seen it through. I mean, it's about almost 3 years now going. And I have come up on top. It's sad that I'm now in a place where I cannot visit them, go for their services, but I do follow it. And yeah, they gave me the beginning of my faith came from them, and I owe them a lot.
Amazing. I call her Auntie Nayana normally. That's a problem for me to call her Nayana. No problem. In terms of your friendship, how many years has it been?
I think we first met in 1976 for non-aligned conference. That's the first time there was a big show, and somebody, I don't know who, somebody recommended me, and I was supposed to do the hair. There was a big fashion show at Golf's, and so she's the one who accepted me. And of course, Richard D'Souza himself, my blessings to him, because I was so nervous. He said, "Don't worry, I'm there for you. I will do it." You know, I'm a very young girl, first time a big show. So he also gave me a lot of courage. So 76, I think it was.
It's quite a long time.
And you all have kept in touch?
All throughout.
Always?
And yeah, always.
See, through friendship, you can take over at any stage or any.
Our relationship is very much like yours. We tell each other off, but I think there are a lot of similarities.
Both your mouths must be, if the receivers can talk on either side.
But
Those.
No, I think I've toned down quite a bit now.
Yeah, actually, yes. God.
No,
I'm not lying. When I did even a show with Geraldine, when she was one of the diva models, she has such an aura of that command you have.
Actually, DANU is a discipline.
Yeah.
That is why, you know, they do things very organized manner and very
we are
simple.
just sitting there and like.
So it's very easy to work. I think I am also similar to that. So we go all the way, and we lose our tempers, we shout, but then the job is done and the relationships are intact, because at the end of the day we understand each other. Not only she, there were so many others. We do that. Sincerity.
That's what keeps it going.
Yeah, and actually the caliber of people, models, models were very different those days. They were very professional. You know, I remember once Naomi was telling me, when she comes for a show, she scrubs her neck and her underarms more, because she said, "Nayana, these clothes are for sale."
Not for me to wear.
So I take extra care to clean these areas where it rubs. So that kind of commitment they had. So it was really fun. We had a lot of fun.
Yeah, we had quite a bit of fun.
That's amazing. We have a fun segment, and it's called Yes or No. We'll get into that right now. All right, let's get on with these questions that I have for the two ladies who are next to me. Just be honest and show the right side of the board. You all can elaborate and explain if you all want to. Okay? All right. Do you think reincarnation is true? No. Yes. You believe you have to do good?
I believe in karma, and I definitely believe that there's a birth after this, and according to your karma you will be born lower, higher, as per your karma of this birth. Strongly believe in that.
I'm looking higher now. Never have I ever missed calls without returning?
I have not missed, I think.
No?
No.
You all always return your calls?
Always.
Wow. Have you ever fallen on your face in front of other people?
Physically fallen?
Yeah. No. No?
Because we don't get drunk.
The ramp, I was thinking maybe at a show. Have you ever gone more than 2 days without taking a shower?
No.
Have you ever loved two people at the same time?
One at a time.
Yes.
Depends.
Geraldine, I'm sure the whole country was in love with you.
No, depends. When you say love, it can be a mother's love, it can be a
No.
lover's
Ah,
love.
no. Love is that kind of love
Romantic
only.
love,
Right?
yes.
Romantic love.
No,
Yeah.
yeah, I think I have had two.
Never have I ever binge watched an entire TV series in one day.
Can I hold it this way? Because I've done 24 hours.
Oh, really?
But not been able to finish.
Oh, okay.
And then,
24 hours. You?
So,
No.
not
Okay.
really.
especially during COVID time.
Have you ever gotten scolded by your significant other in front of your friends?
Meaning which significant?
Husband? Lover? Husband?
Scolded? No.
Not really.
No. Have you scolded your significant other in front of your friends?
That's halfway.
Have you ever thought about having an affair?
Having an affair, extra.
Yeah, extra on the side. No.
You laugh.
Have you ever stalked someone on Facebook?
No.
Never.
No.
Gosh.
We are
All right.
boring.
Yeah, you all are actually.
It's too new for us. That's why we don't know. We don't
You
know how
all don't
to
know how to stalk.
We don't know how to do it.
All right. Thank you. I think I will stop with that because I don't think I should push it more. Well, when the ladies are in, gotta ask, shall we just dish some dirt? Welcome back to the show. I have to ask, Nayana, you work in such an industry where it's really hard. How do you deal with haters?
Haters. People who hate.
Yeah, you or the work you do, and
Work I have never hated. So the people who come to get work done by me, I have never hated it. It doesn't happen. I just love my job too much. But the people who hate me, basically, a lot of people say, I'll teach her a lesson, I'll give her a run. I am not bothered about it because I always say, listen, I'm not running with anyone. I only run with myself. So they don't bother me.
but because it's a beauty industry, and you know, salons, they always say it's where the gossips are made most of the time. Do you feel that when these come your way, when people tell you stories, oh, she said that, she said this, or he said that, how do you handle those?
Actually, we have to be a little careful now. I'm of course pretty used to it. See, the problem, Danu, is that I have now understood every person who comes, the moment we touch their hair, they unwind. They don't mean to gossip or anything like that. It could be to not a head massage, but just even to shampoo, you immediately unwind. So depending on your mood, you'll either cry your heart out or you talk so much about your happiness, like your son has got through the exam or whatever it is. So we are unable to, somebody is sitting and talking to me and she's her neighbor, we can't stop her.
Yeah.
So she's listening to the whole story. So that's where the gossip goes, not that we gossip. So we have to be a bit careful, but as long as we conduct ourselves, I think it's okay. It's we know to handle it better. But people do unwind themselves in the salons. Pedicures are another
Key area.
Key area where they really pour their hearts out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is the beauty industry a wholesome place for somebody to walk in and enjoy and work in?
Definitely. It is a beautiful job. It's a very serious job, a very, very wonderful, amazing profession. I have the exposure because I see the world's best every year through the World Federation. They are extremely successful, extremely humble, and you know, as good as any IT guy or any specialist doctor or anything. So very, very successful, very ambitious, good people, and it's a wonderful place to be in because you are always with happy people. You are selling happiness and contentment 24/7. You don't sell haircuts or makeup. You just sell happiness and contentment. So it's a very good thing. It's a serious profession. So parents should understand this, and if the children are talented, they should give them that professional education exactly the way you would spend a few 100,000 rupees on a degree. You do the same thing on a good hairdressing and a beauty education. You set your child on his feet for life. So it's a wonderful profession and also very lucrative, Danu. It's you can make a lot of money in, and it's also a business where it will never go out of business. We'll never go out of business.
You always need a haircut.
Like the food business, yes. Yeah. So it's really wonderful, and I'm really thankful to my mother that she allowed me to do this. It's a very satisfying job.
Geraldine, you have seen all sorts of people throughout your career. People who have been kind to you, not so kind to you. How have you handled this so-called Colombo that we live in?
I don't let people's attitude get to me.
Okay.
Basically. Earlier, as you said, I mean, you look at me and you thought that I was a tyrant. Yes, I was.
Yes.
And I never gave in. If I thought I was right, I never gave in. But as years go by, you understand that you can't fight the world. I mean, what you believe in, and you can't just shove it down somebody else's throat. And they are entitled to their thoughts and what they feel. So there's no point in trying to change somebody. And that's how I managed so far. But I think I'm a lot more cooler now, as people would say.
But they always say the models who you have trained, they still stand on the ramps or at photo shoots so tall, knowing that they have been trained the fundamentals so well.
Definitely.
What would you say is lacking today?
Again, I would say, you know, the girls today, if they do one show, they call themselves professional. We worked a number of shows. There were days we used to do 3 shows for a day. And we never threw ourselves and said, oh, I'm a professional, or threw tantrums, right? But today, that's the cause. I mean, they think that they know it all and that they're above everyone else. And you can't be like that. You have to be humble. You have to learn. I mean, today, even now, I'm open to learning things. We learn things every day. And unless you are able to do that and accept it, you can't. But I know that during my modeling career, my models, the ones I trained, the lovely girls, and all my models have been exceptional. I mean, a lot of them claim and said, oh, when they come up to the top, I train them, I train this. It doesn't bother me because basically I know, because I did tittle tattle for over 20 odd years. I trained the girls and I gave them a job because I knew they paid me something, because if I didn't charge them, they wouldn't have taken it seriously. And I taught them everything I could within my power. And I gave them the opportunity of earning it back. And that's why when Tittle Tattle stopped, I closed my school because I found there was no industry, modeling industry at that time. And that's what makes it sad.
And Tittle Tattle ran for
over 20 years.
Wow, that's amazing.
During the war, we had 2 shows a week. Even during the war, whether we had people coming, I had to do it, and it just ran smoothly, and I'm so grateful for that.
That's amazing. And that was such a brand name, no? That sort of stayed along. And every week you all featured a designer.
Yes. And I had a whole lot of designers who cooperated with me, who were always willing to come out in the wagon and help me out. And it was amazing. I mean, the rapport I had with them was amazing. So I wouldn't give it up for the world. I mean, I enjoyed my life right throughout, and I'm happy to be where I am now.
Amazing.
We actually lack good training, Danu. That's the reason. Proper professional training in modeling, because every handsome guy and the pretty girl thinks she can be a model, and they can. But there's an amazing discipline and a training and professionalism, because modeling is also a job. You need extreme professionalism to be successful.
We didn't have anyone to train us,
they don't see the Geraldine. Our era, we got it automatically from our schools and our parents. So the discipline and the conduct and the values in life we already had. When you take a job, do it with commitment was not taught by anybody, but we had it from the family. But the new generation has to be guided on that. That's why. That's the problem.
I mean, we had people like Senaka, Graham Hatch, who helped us to come along. I mean, they're perfect, right? But we never went to a modeling school as such. We learned as it, and I started at the age of 16 years, you know. In school, I was so strict because I used to be the a games captain, and I was always into sports. So much so that when the girls realized that I had turned model, they were aghast because they thought the saint suddenly turned in a model. Good gracious. But, you know, it was fun.
Yeah.
You know? But we had now, and Seneka and them helped us through. But we didn't have training sessions as such, you know.
Yeah.
And we were committed. If we had a rehearsal, we used to go 100 rehearsals, we used to go for the rehearsals. But we had fun. Now, if you ask girls to come for rehearsal, they want to know how much are we being paid, how much are we going to get, how many rehearsals, and that's not what it is. You're doing a job, I mean, you're doing it, it's also something that you will enjoy. So, I gave it up after that. No point.
Great. I don't know the next question that I'm going to ask, whether this is going to end up crippling me or not, because I don't know. These two might just hammer me with what they have, but we're getting to a segment that we call Kingpin. Now, you know, I think the best way to do this is to have a conversation, okay? And we have gifts from Midnight Divas. You all can use it. You all can try it. You all might like it.
Why not?
Yeah, true.
Okay.
Provided it fits us.
I'm sure it's stretch, no? Right, here's the question. Do you like to be controlled, or do you like to be in control?
Be in control,
Definitely be in control. Definitely be in control.
Geraldine said it really fast. Wee! I also said the same.
So you need not have asked that question.
I know, it's quite everywhere, no? In life, yeah. Geraldine, I know you're a naughty pussycat. Here you go.
Thank you.
Meow. Let's get into a break. We'll see you after. We went through social media to find some amazing pictures. I want to know the stories. Let's get into what's on their Facebook. I've always told you, Auntie Nayana seems to have the rhythm. So you are a professional Bharatanatyam dancer.
I've done my graduation, yes.
So you did the Arangetam and all.
Yes.
When was this?
Oh, this was good. This was when I was in my 50s.
How long ago was that?
Oh, now I'm in my 60s.
Oh.
Okay. And this was a talent contest we organized, and I did a solo, and we also did a group dance, and I won both. First prize.
Wow.
Yes. And
can
actually,
pass it.
on a serious note, Danu, the most important thing here was that my mother was at the audience, and after the program she said, "Thank you, Puta, for letting me see this before I die." That really touched my heart. She was so excited to see her daughter dancing. Yeah, so good. Thank you.
You still do whenever
Oh
you can?
yes, now in the 60s, before the 60s, I all must somehow dance somewhere.
So you know all of this thing.
Oh yes, of course. I done my graduation. How can I forget?
Should ask her to explain give an answer in Bharatanatyam style.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, we'll do that. Dating back to 2016, if I'm correct.
Thereafter.
And what was this for? You walked the ramp for...
This is Diva.
I think this was one of Kolu's shows.
It was a divas back kind of
Diva,
a
huh?
Yeah.
Yes. I think hot, no?
real hot pot. God. But I really want to know, what is this, Geraldine?
I used to do movies, Sinhala movies.
Oh,
And Peralikario was my first ever movie.
you are. Look at the ones around, they hate you for being on the poster. They're like,
I was actually called Suddhi amongst them. and
yeah,
they
you might have played all
loved
the
me.
Suddhi roles, no?
Yeah, my partner used to always be Jeevan Kumaranatunga.
Oh.
Yeah. So I acted in
Wow.
about 5 or 6 Sinhala movies. And then came a time when my partner said, yeah, enough is enough now. Can't handle all this because I can't come in the night and wait for you to do shoots. And I gave it up.
So 5 movies. This was your first one.
That was my very first one.
Oh, I didn't know that.
You were a workout instructor in this.
No, I was doing a dance on the beach, I think.
Ooh,
Trying to
wow.
entice me. You didn't see the
Entice-
bottom of it, fortunately.
Enticed Jeevan. Must be still enticed. Geraldine, your stomach is literally smaller than my hand here.
I told you she had a Coca-Cola figure.
Yeah, I was one of those lucky
She had
ones.
the
Believe
slimmest
that.
waist
I was a
I've
great
ever seen.
athlete in school.
Yeah, I was
And
also
I
a great
think that
athlete.
helped me.
You did have this.
You know, this was a
smallest
shoot we did
waist.
in Hong Kong for a calendar for weightings.
Wow. You look fab.
Ah, my school.
Yes.
How on earth did you get all these pictures?
I
Danu?
have sources. This was one of the shows or just at a
No,
class?
this is one of the at the class. Some of the models. I think I was training Nadika at that time.
But when they come, they have to make sure they're in hair and makeup all done properly.
I teach them all. Even sari drape, which I have been having a very good teacher. I teach them all. You know.
Yeah. It's very important.
Yes.
Nana, you look the same.
Oh, that was in London, doing my course. Yeah, it's Knightsbridge.
Yeah, I like your hair there.
Oh,
it's
thank you.
more or less the same still.
Yes, thank you.
Can't recognize also.
You didn't want this girl, like you're doing a basket design on her hair?
Yes, this is actually for the graduation. Her name is Angela, a friend of mine. She had long hair, so this is practice session. I did a complete hat, a basket weave for my graduation, and I got the gold diploma.
Wow.
Something similar like
Yeah.
to that you did for the Bangkok show. no?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's Geraldine's idea.
Oh yeah.
The fam bam. Where are the kids now? What are they doing?
My daughter is in Brisbane. She has 3 kids. I have 3 grandchildren.
Wow.
My son has become a Pol Modalali. He inherited the estate in Naramala. He loves it. He's built his own house. He's on a coconut estate. He has pepper, cinnamon. And like his father, he enjoys it immensely.
That's amazing. End of the day, it's what makes you happy, no?
Yeah.
No, receiving my diploma in London.
All
Gold
in
diploma.
London.
Yeah, that one was the last
So
day,
you
graduation.
have always been the sari girl.
Yes, always sari. I always wear sari for something special, and especially when it comes to confidence. Oh, this is Chetikulam, refugee camp. You know, when the war finished and there were so many refugee camps, I wanted to do something. I told my good friend Kamini, shall we do something? She said, I know social minister's secretary, let's go and see. So we went to see the minister. Minister said, can you cut hair? I said, yes, we can cut hair. So then he said, okay, let's go. We are all going. Come, we'll go. I had a problem with my staff. Everyone wanted to come. 14 of us went. And we went to Anuradhapura. We got permission. So Anuradhapura,
This was during the peak of the war.
just after the war, when the camps were on.
Okay.
So we went to Anuradhapura, and then there the other convoys joined us. We went to Chetikulam. Oh, it was amazing. Initially, people were very scared to come to us. Only the older people who could speak Sinhalese started getting closer to us. Then we started talking to them, and they became our translator. Then they became our helpers, and we cut. We cut. I think each one did about 20, 30, 40 haircuts. It was so amazing. One of the most satisfying days in my life, and it was such a fantastic thing, beautiful feeling.
I'll never forget, I visited a camp soon after the war too. The camp is a different experience because there's nothing in the camp. So even if you have rolls and rolls of money, it's never going to be robbed. There was this old man, because we are not allowed to take mobile phones in at that time. It was soon after the war, and he said, Thambi, can you help me make a phone call to my daughter who is in France? I want to tell her that I'm okay. I said, my phone is not here. And he lifted his pillow. Well, he was sleeping on this mat, and he showed me bundles of money like this. And he said, take all of this. Just give me that one phone call. He said, this is just paper for me. They'll just see it and walk past. Because what are you going to do? What are you going to do with the money if you're not going to do anything with it? But great work. This is why you have always like gone grassroots to another level.
Yeah, that's one of the other pictures.
From the
for
same
the
shoot.
Same shoot.
And this was all shot not here.
No, this is Hong Kong. We did the Vatex ad for Vatex.
It's
See,
amazing.
local fabric.
You can have those.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Excellenta. Well, it's time that we say goodbye on the show. Yes, we need to go, but I must say thank you so very much for coming. When I was speaking to Nayana about the show, she was like, oh my God, please get Geraldine on it. And I just thought, because I thought you know, hard to convince, but then Nayana made the call and made it all happen. Thank you so very much for coming. Absolutely amazing to speak to you all about the good times and the great memories that you all share. And always will hold you all very dear to me.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here, and I hope you long, healthy, recovered life.
Thank you,
And
Danu.
I think champion the hair, it's nice.
Yeah.
What do you wish for me?
I'll just come for that dinner with you.
Yes, I've been asking him to.
Yeah.
I've been offering to buy him dinner. He's avoiding me. I don't know why.
I told her I like materialistic gifts.
I think he can afford not to have dinner.
If I had gone now to her school, I would have been saying, please just leave from there. Don't even bother coming in. Why, you want to be the backdrop for this show? I also went to Auntie Naomi.
You see?
Yeah,
And
to
then?
do dance classes. I was very ambitious at one time. She said, these logs.
You've done well for yourself with all these things. You've done well for yourself.
I have
Yeah,
done.
you have.
Anyway, thank you so very much for being here. I will see you soon with another episode of Date with DANU. Till then, you keep smiling. It's a wrap on the show.